And we're
My
recording.
camera doesn't work.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. I see you.
Oh, there I am. What did I do? I did something.
Awesome. Super cool. So then you'll be able to see the slides. Awesome. So welcome. Thank you for joining. I know that it's kind of late. Wait, you're Central Time, right?
Mountain.
So you're 2 hours.
2 hours behind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Well, welcome to the call. If you're those of you watching the recording, thank you for jumping on and watching and listening. I have my wiggle worm with me today. Daddy's working out still, so we gotta make do, right? The show must go on. So I wanted to start the call by giving some recognition and some shout outs. Those who are hitting Success Club this month so far. Ashley at SC2, Candy at SC1, Amy SC2, and myself at SC5. So in a total as a team, we've changed 6 lives so far in July. There's still plenty of time to help at least 2 to 3 more people this month. So make sure you're sharing your story, reaching out, inviting people, setting up challenge groups, all that good stuff. If you need my help, you know where to reach me. So some announcements for July, as if you guys don't know already, there are several promotions happening. The one that we know obviously is a 21-day fix and the 21-day fix extreme challenge pack. That's at $140, and that includes the Spanish versions. Also the 21-day fix and extreme, the kickstart at $180. Then there's also a 22-minute hardcore challenge pack at $140 and a 22-minute hardcore kickstart. If you don't know, the kickstart challenge pack just comes with the 3-day refresh that your clients or challengers can do before or after their program, and it'll help them just get that extra kickstart or to start immediately. Another announcement for the month of July, the Focused Energy. My husband loves that stuff. It's a boost that you put into your Shakeology, and it's supposed to give you energy all day long. My husband swears by it. It's 20% off for your first HD order and 10% off your first time order. So if your clients need something like that, that would be awesome. And if you guys want to try it, it's the same thing for you as well. Eva, please. Okay, so the next announcement is the new program, Country Heat. It's a country line dancing program. It's coming out next week. Oh my God, July 27th, I believe. And it's going to be released at Summit. I'm probably going to get my only copy there. Eva, please, 1 minute, please. So I did a sneak peek of it. Monday, and it was super fun. So I encourage you guys to talk about it, look into it. If you guys know anyone who's into country or just like a whole demographic of other people that don't really, burpees and lunges and things like that aren't their thing, this might help them. So I encourage you to look into it, learn about it, and then when it comes out, talk about it. Okay? All right, so Success Club in July, the prize is a Shakeology canister. I know someone posted it in Legacy Elite today. Eva, please. Someone posted Legacy Elite today. It's a Shakeology canister, and it comes with packets of Shakeology. Okay? Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry, babe. You're going to have to figure this out and your workout. Sorry about that, guys. She couldn't handle me not paying attention to her, so I had to kick her out. So my husband has to figure it out. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so the Success Club prize for July is a Shakeology canister, super cute. They've never given that before, so I'm excited. My next challenge, the July challenge group started July 11th. It's going really well. My next group, if you guys want to start inviting to it and invite your challengers to it. I'm thinking we should shoot for August 1st. That way, if you haven't hit Success Club yet, you can invite to something that's happening soon and not too far off. So August 1st, let's shoot for that as a start date for our next challenge group. It'll be the prep week. So we'll shoot for that date, okay? August 1st, put that in your calendar. And then start inviting now so you can hit SC, okay? And if we need to do 2 in August, to hit in August, we do 2, okay? And finally, Coach Basics. If you've never participated in a Coach Basics group, or if I haven't placed you in our recurring Coach Basics, please reach out to me after the call or whenever you listen to this so that we can get you hooked up into one, okay? All right, so now I'm going to get into the nitty gritty of the call, which I'm going to be talking about social media. I promise not to take too much time. Oh no, I closed it. I promise not to take too much time because I know all of our time is valuable, but I did want to talk about this on our first call because social media is super important to our business. You can technically run this business without social media, like in person, but it's a lot harder that way. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry, I'm trying to share the screen. Cynthia, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so you can see the presentation.
Yes.
Awesome. Let me see if I do this, will it
Go ahead, try.
go crazy? Awesome. Okay, so like I said before, social media is super important to our business. It just helps us to reach out to a lot more people than we normally would be able to if we just tried to do this in person. We don't have to do like in-home parties or virtual parties or those weird icky things that other network marketing companies do. We have an awesome platform using social media and we can reach millions and millions of people. So it's important for you guys to know just like the basics and how to run your business accordingly, how to post, things of that nature, okay? So like Oscar Wilde says, be yourself because everyone is already taken. And that's really the gist of how you want to portray yourself on social media. And when I say social media, I mean Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The one that I use primarily is Facebook, and then my second place is Instagram. I don't really use the other ones, not yet, but I'm, considering expanding to YouTube and all of those other platforms. So whatever is your jam, by all means, feel free to use that. And this pretty much applies to any social media. So sharing your story, that's the number one thing that social media is for, and especially with Beachbody, you want to share your story. Your story is super unique and no one's story is like yours. Not 100%. There might be similarities. Some people might relate more to you than to others, but you are an individual and you have unique qualities. There are like 500,000 Beachbody coaches. We all sell the same products, but what's going to attract clients to you is your story, what you've been through, how you've overcome that. And that's what you want to share, and that's what you want to not promote, but that's what you want to portray and give people tips on how to overcome whatever you've overcome. So where are you right now? Share your whole story. Are you a new mom? Are you a mom of twins? Are you a toddler mom of teenagers, a boy mom? Maybe you're not a mom at all. Maybe you're a dog mom. Have you had any struggles? It's like things. Are you a binge eater, or have you struggled with eating disorders in the past? Did you ever have an issue with alcohol, with drugs? Are you having a hard time with weight loss, or did you have an amazing weight loss story? Did you ever battle infertility? Do you have high blood pressure? Things like that are part of you that make you up right now are things that you should be sharing. Obviously, I'm not telling you to take out all the skeletons of your closet or like share negative things all the time or anything like that. If you're not comfortable sharing your true story at your core, that's okay. But you want to be as open and vulnerable as you can. And really don't be ashamed of it, because it's going to inspire someone. And you're going to be surprised at how many people have a similar story to you, and they might say, oh my God, thank you so much for sharing that. I thought I was the only one. Or people just will relate to you in a much deeper way. They'll feel like they have a connection. But again, if you're not at the place where you feel comfortable, don't feel like you need to be like, okay, well, this was my childhood, and it's not like that either. You just find a normal. You want to let people know who you are. Okay. Again, be honest, be open when you're telling your story, be vulnerable. This vulnerability is going to show you your real self, and people are going to be able to connect with you easier. Remember, since we're online and this is virtual, people have a harder time connecting. So they need to see you, need to see your story, and they want to know who you are, not just what product you're selling, because everyone's selling something. So you just want to make sure that you're you, okay? One of the best ways to make a connection on social media, especially Facebook, is through videos. Right now, Facebook loves videos. The more videos you do, the better, okay? Try, keep them short. And I know when I say videos, that freaks people out a lot. That freaked me out. Like, I was like, video, I get so nervous, and I don't even know why. Like, it's nature, I guess, for us to get nervous with videos. But get out of your comfort zone. Trust me, it's going to reach so many more people than if you just do a picture post. The majority of my social media content is picture posts. But now I'm starting to get out of my shell a little bit more and starting to make more videos. So I highly encourage you guys to do the same. You can make 1 to 2 little snippet videos of your story and just post it directly onto Facebook. And don't worry, really, done is always better than perfect, always. So just get it done, and then for the next time you learn and you get more comfortable, and it'll be easier as you go. Okay. Another reason why you want to share your story and be vulnerable and open is because it makes you more relatable. Like I said before, people don't want to do business with products. Like everyone's selling, like I said, everyone's selling the 21 Day Fix Extreme and the 21 Day Fix and Shakeology and all that stuff. So why would they go to you versus another coach? You want to make sure that your story is out there so it reaches that person and they make a connection with you. Okay. It also helps to build your confidence, because you'll know the story, and you'll be able to tell your story in 2 seconds to anybody who's willing to listen. So the ideal number of people you should be trying to tell your story or snippets of your story to at least 2 to 5 new people a day. That means that you're either reaching out to somebody or you're creating a post or video about your story in some form or fashion. So 2 to 5 people every day should be your goal. So how do you share your story? So a lot of times you're kind of like, oh, where do I start? There's so much. Of course, there's so much to us. We're like in layers, right? So let's just start basic. Let's start with just like a main idea. And then there's 3 really areas where you can focus on when you're starting. You can think about your financial area. You can think about the physical, and then the emotional area. And when you're thinking about these different areas, you want to think about, how has Beachbody impacted your life in these specific areas? So for example, were you struggling with debt before you went into Beachbody? Were you living paycheck to paycheck like I was? But now you're not, because Beachbody has provided you with extra income. That's something that you can share, to your people. That's part of your story. The physical, have you had an amazing physical transformation? Or maybe you just have so much more energy now, or maybe you go to the bathroom regularly. Those are little stories that you can share with people. Nothing is too small of a story. Anything that is impacting your life in a positive way with Beachbody is something that you can and should share with everybody. Because if you need it and if you are benefiting from it, everybody else will too, or somebody else will too. Not everybody, because you won't. You won't be able to reach everybody, but someone like you. Okay. Did you struggle with self-confidence? Did you have an amazing physical transformation? I already said. Anything positive like that you want to share. Okay. Remember that a lot of people say, well, I don't want to talk about my trials or my things that I've struggled with, but you should, because 98% of people will be able to identify. Nobody wants to follow someone who's perfect all the time, because no one's perfect. So if you can't relate, if you can't be relatable, they're not going to follow you and they're not going to trust you. So your trials are your triumphs. They can be your triumphs. Turn your struggle or the struggles that you faced into your story. The adversity that you've gone through is actually your advantage, and use that to send a message to people. So your mess, or what you feel is messy in your life, you can turn that into a message and show people how they can overcome the same thing. Okay, so then other than your story and Beachbody, because we all know that we don't want to be Beachbody robots on social media, because that is super tacky. Nobody likes that. You're going to be unfollowed real quick or unfriended real quick if all you do is spew out Beachbody and all you do is word vomit about Shakeology. Like, nobody likes that. So what else do you like? What do you love? What you want to do is make a list of 5 to 7 topics of things that you absolutely love, and then post about that. And then weave Beachbody in. So are you a foodie? Like, do you love to try new crazy dishes? Are you into cooking? My thing is nutrition and fitness those 2 things happen to be mine. But if that's not necessarily your thing or your niche and you have other hobbies, then do it. Again, are you into dog? Are you a dog mom? Do you love learning about parenting and motherhood? Or are you like a baby wearer? Or, are you co-sleeping, bed sharing, whatever? Are you super into fashion? Are you into makeup? Are you into hair? Are you paleo? Are you vegan? Are you vegetarian? Like, there are all those little niches that you should talk about and you should share about. Do you love to travel? These are things that you want to consider posting about when you are posting. And then in this way, you're going to find people who like the same interests as you. And then maybe you can attract those same type of people to grow your own team. Okay. One really good content idea is to ask questions to your social media friends and followers. People absolutely love to give their opinion. So something that, for example, that I would post would be something like, all right, you guys, I'm training. I'll put like a picture of Eva, super cute or something. And I'll say, we're starting the whole potty training thing. Any tips, suggestions on how to make this easier? Like something like that, so people know I have a toddler who's potty training, and then I'm asking for advice. Even if I don't need the advice, really, it's just a way to get more engagement on my page and on my posts. The more engagement that you get on your post, so by engagement, I mean likes, comments, shares, or reactions now, the more people see your stuff. So you just want to get in front of as many eyes as possible. So definitely ask questions. People love to give their opinion about things, and it just gets a lot of engagement in your posts. And then the more engagement you get, again, the more people see it. And then when you finally make a post about a challenge group or something like that, chances are higher that it'll be reached to more people. Okay, so this slide says make an impact. And what I mean by this is you want your pictures to have some kind of, your pictures and your posts to be bright. You want them to be, they have to have a purpose. Not always, but they should have some kind of intent behind the post. And I took a screenshot of both these girls. They're both coaches, top coaches actually. And I thought they were really good examples of not just, a non Beachbody-ish, like they're kind of Beachbody, but not really. It's very subtle, and they're awesome examples. So I decided to show you guys what a good example of this is. The one on the left is Lindsay Matway, a top 10 Beachbody coach, and she's pregnant, obviously. She's wearing a nice dress, right? So you're like, what? And so you read it. It says, decided to go through my closet and see if I could fit into any of my dresses for our top 10 fancy night on Saturday at Summit. And I need your opinion. This is me pushing out my belly a little, trying to guesstimate where my bump might be in 2 weeks. Is that enough of a bump to rock something form-fitting? So what I love about this post is that, first of all, the picture is clear. And it kind of has the background blurred, which I'm not sure how she did that, but it's eye-catching picture. Second of all, it talks a little bit about her and what her current situation is. She's pregnant, right? And she's early pregnancy or early-ish pregnancy. You know, from her post, without her really saying it, is that she's a successful Beachbody coach. She's already talking about the upcoming parties at Summit, which is next week. She's already, and she's asking the opinion of her friends and followers. And if you see, she has 2,000 likes or reactions on that picture. So that is an awesome post. So you want to think of things that are like that. And it gives it to her in her own flair, you know? It also says that she's into fashion. So other fashion-minded girls are going to be like, oh, who's this chick, you know, and check her out. And then on the right is Bonnie Engel. And her picture is cool too. She's working out or pretending to work out. I don't know. But she looks super happy. All her pictures are like that. She looks super cute, super fine. And hold on, let me see. I can't read. And then she says here, was having a rough day. Then I remember that I always, no matter where I am, have fitness, because fitness to me is an anxiety cure, a feel-good pill, a reminder that I can do hard things, an enabler, a way to give back to me, a savior, a way to talk out of my problems. So what I love about this post specifically is that she's looks super happy. She looks like she's having a super fun time working out. And then someone who reads her post is going to say, especially if they suffer from, let's say, anxiety or depression, or, you know, they're just in a blah state, you know, if they read it, they're like, oh man. So she's saying that fitness can help me with my anxiety. That's so crazy. That's awesome. Let me reach out to her. Let me follow her more and watch her a little longer, see how she can help me. So these are just two different types of posts that are really good, because they're by the top coaches. So these are not that you want to copy them, but you can look to them for inspiration and ideas to make your own. And obviously you want to make your post your own tone. Like, you want it to sound like you, not anybody else. But these are just awesome examples that I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, I'll go to the next slide. Okay. Oh, these are just apps and websites that I like for pictures and changing pic quality. Some of the apps on my phone that I use are Rona Designs, and that's pretty good for word posts. Like if you want to make like a chart or like you just have words. It could do pictures too, but I like it better just for like word pics. Photofy I love for like the mirror images, for cropping. And then I use Instagram mainly to edit my photos. So like I sharpen it and brighten it through Instagram directly. And then I'll just put my thing and I'll post it there. And I use their filters too. And then Pick Play Post is really good for if you have videos. So a video, like if you want to do a video with a picture collage, you can use that app as well. Some really cool websites on the PC that you can use is canva.com. And actually Canva now has an app as well. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm going to. And that one's really good if you want to make like Facebook banners or just other posts that are very wordy and creative, and to put effects to your photos. The same thing with pinkmonkey.com. And if you see a lot of the top coaches, like the banner that I have on my like page, that one I made on Canva actually. But Pink Monkey does similar things where you can put words and collages of pictures and all of that. So it's really cool and they're free. So go ahead and check them out when you get a chance. Okay, so now some little tips and tricks for social media. When you talk about groups and when you talk about any really posting things, you always want to take a picture of you, especially if you're talking about coaching or if you're talking about challenge groups, your challengers, your fitness. You want to make sure that you're posting of you. You don't want to use stock photos like of some chick who nobody knows curling a dumbbell, or you don't want to use the photos from Beachbody Corporate of like Shalene Johnson doing plyo, or Autumn with holding the 2 dumbbells. Like, not everybody knows who they are, believe it or not. People want to see you doing it. People want to see you using the fitness programs. So always use a picture of you. And it doesn't have to be of you working out, you know, it's just take a nice, nicely lit photo of you, and, you know, that should be enough. Make sure the picture is good quality, as good as possible. And the lighting in my apartment is terrible. It's terrible. So I have to use a lot of filters and brighten my pictures a lot. And even sometimes it comes out kind of grainy. But I do the best, you know, and I really do have that mindset that done is better than perfect most of the time. So I just go with that. Think when you're posting on Facebook, think about the 80-20 rule. So 80% of your posts and your content should be giving value to people. And I'm going to give you some examples of what I mean by that in then I think the next slide or the slide after. But it should be, you know, good things, helpful things, tricks, tips, things like that. And then 20% of your posts should be Beachbody related, in terms of talking about challenge groups, calls to action, or just, you know, Shakeology, things like that. You don't want to be salesy ever. You don't want to put links and stuff on your Facebook page. And I'll talk more about that in a couple of slides down. I get a lot of questions on when should I post? When's the best time? That completely and totally depends, because whatever your target market is, you might not even really know when the best time is. I usually say whatever time you're on Facebook is when your people are on Facebook too. So I would experiment with posting times to see which times work the best for you and your followers. So if you post at 8 o'clock in the morning and you hit and nobody likes it, you know that's not a good time. But if you post at 10 a.m. and there's like 15 likes immediately, then that's an awesome time for you. You just want to make sure that you remember that. And then, like I said, I showed you the pictures of Lindsay and the picture of Lindsay Matway and the picture of Bonnie Engel. Those are other coaches. I follow them. I followed them for a little while, and then I got a lot of inspiration, and I learned a lot about, you know, how they post. But then I unfollow them because I don't want to get caught up in that game. So my recommendation would be to follow some of these people or use their posts for inspiration if you can't think of anything, and that's okay. But you just want to make sure that you make it your own, making sure that you paraphrase and make it sound like you and not like you're somebody else. Okay. When you start a challenge group, or when we start a challenge group, if you guys want to do it with me, you want to make sure that you know the start date, and you want to start posting about it 2 weeks beforehand. You want to be personable when you do it. You want to talk about how excited you are. You want to talk about your transformation, or the transformation of people that you know. And then you want to say something along the lines of, I'm going to start a new group. And if you're ready to commit, shoot me a message, comment below, something along those lines. If you get, or when you get comments or engagement or interaction, you want to follow up with them privately through a message. You don't want to spew out all the details in the thread. But you do want to say something like, oh, awesome, you're going to love it. I'm going to send you a message with all the details, you know. Just stay positive, and hopefully that leads to more comments of interest. One thing that I notice a lot of people do, and not a lot of coaches, but just people in general, they don't share their own content, meaning they share things from other pages onto their timeline. And I never like that, because that's not your own content. So what you're doing is you're promoting another page or another person's stuff. What I would recommend that you do is, if you think that, let's say you want to share something that you thought was hilarious, don't share it directly from that page. Like, don't click the share button and share it onto your timeline. Get the picture itself, save it, and then upload it to Facebook directly. That way you become the shareable content and the eyes are on you. Okay, that's something that's big and that you want to kind of do. And anyways, when you scroll, like let's say if I do an audit on someone's page and all they have is shared content from other pages, it doesn't look not authentic, but it doesn't look original. Like, it's just kind of like, oh, okay, you can think of your own stuff, you know, and then put a thoughtful comment coming from you. And then that way it's more like if it's your content. You can always give credit where credit is due, but it just looks better if you don't reshare it from somewhere else. Okay, so now I think I have like 2 or 3 more slides, and these are just the do's and don'ts of social media. So you do want to post often. On Facebook, the less you post, they kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They penalize you, kind of. So if the less you post, or the more inconsistent that you are at posting on Facebook, the less you're going to show up in your friends and followers news feeds when you do finally post. They kind of don't like slackers. You want to be a constant presence in people's news feeds. It's awesome if they expect you to be on. You want to eventually get to the point where people are like, oh my God, where's Vanessa? I haven't seen her. Let me see what she's up to. And they actually search for my page. Like, that's the kind of presence that you want to have on social media to your followers and your friends. Okay, so on Facebook, we recommend at least twice a day you want to post, but anywhere from 2 to 4 times. Facebook is not like Twitter, where Twitter you can post like every hour or every half hour if you want. You could post super a lot of times. Facebook's not like that. You want to post once every few hours, because people can get sick of you if they keep seeing the same posts on your feed over and over, and they'll unfollow you and unfriend you, whatever. And Instagram, the same. You can post 1 to 3 times a day. Instagram's algorithms recently changed, so now it's a little bit more like Facebook, where the more engagement you get on your pictures, the more people see it. So it used to be chronological, but now it's not like that anymore. So for Instagram, I would do the same. What I do is anything that I post on Instagram, I post the same exact thing on Facebook to keep my life simple, because I don't have the same exact followers on both pages, and I feel like if people are following me on both, and they do so for a reason, and they can easily unfollow if they don't like it, but it just makes my life simple, and then I reach a little bit more people and a little different. Instagram is very visual, obviously, kind of like Facebook, so you want to make sure that your pictures are cool ones, well lit, good quality, just like in Facebook, but with Instagram it's a little more. Facebook, you can get away with more wordy posts, where in Instagram, you kind of want to limit your wording, because not everybody reads through that. There's a really great book that talks about the different types of social media, what is, and how you should post and tell your story on each one. It's called Jab, 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 Right Hook by Gary Vaynerchuk. I highly recommend that book. I read it last year, and I was like mind blown, because I didn't even realize social media was so different, I've learned in the 2 years that I've been a coach, I've learned so much about Facebook ads, how to post content, all this stuff. So I encourage you guys to look into that too, because social media marketing is I didn't even know that was a thing. Apparently that's a thing. So it's a huge, field. So definitely look into it, and learn and absorb and implement. Okay, so don't post too much. So how much is too much? Well, it depends, really. 4 to 5 posts on Facebook or Instagram is good, especially if the content that you're spilling out is good. If it's good, maybe 6, you don't want to go too crazy, but don't post things that have little value, like garbage things. And I'm going to go into that, I think, in the next slide. Yes, so share the good stuff. So share the things that make you who you are. Okay, like I said before, it doesn't always have to be about Beachbody. It doesn't always have to be about health and fitness. It should always be positive. It should be informative. So some examples of really good content are going to be original advice, or tips that you have that have helped you out. Healthy recipes are always really good things to share. Photos from the best part of your day saying why. Something funny. Comedy is gold. People love funny. Always share something. If that's part of your personality, share funny stuff. Again, from your own page, Soft selling. So instead of saying here's my link, buy 21 Day Fix, you want to say something like, oh, I love 21 Day Fix. I'm in better shape now than I was pre-pregnancy, or something like that. I mean, that sounds, cheesy, but something along those lines. Motivational and inspirational quotes. People love that stuff. Success stories of people that one of the things that I do every single Tuesday is Transformation Tuesday. Oh, every single Tuesday. That's a thing. People know to expect that from my page now. So that's another idea. Any kind of personal accomplishment, people want to celebrate you. Go ahead and post about that. And then again, asking for input, asking for advice. People love to give their opinion. If you're shopping and you're buying shoes, you can take a picture of 2 different shoes and be like, which one, A or B? You know, that's just another way of getting engagement and connecting with your followers and your friends. So when I say don't share garbage, this is what I mean. Things that are super negative, long negative rants that are cursing and, oh, my day was crap. And, you know, no, you don't want to do that. Starting drama, making accusations, my baby mama or my baby daddy, this and that. No. Blatant selling. Like I said before, buy 21 Day Fix. It's on sale. Here's my link. Shop now. Let me know if you want to order. Like those words and those, they're just salesy and icky and gross. Like nobody's going to buy it. That doesn't work, you know? So don't put out links like that. Yelling on social media is writing your stuff in all capital letters is considered yelling. Don't do that. Talking about politics. I know right now it's a tough time to not talk about politics because things are crazy, but it's better to stay away from the things that are super controversial like that, or that get people riled up and they can turn people negative. Let's put it that way. And that goes the same for anything that's like, what's the word? Anything that's going on in the world right now, like that's negative. Not that you can't talk about it, but you just always want to make sure that you spin something that's happening negative into a positive light at the end. Like, you know, I mean, I don't have a good example of that because I just try to avoid all the negative things, but it's not that you can't talk about it. Just make sure that you put a happy spin on it somewhere, or like a hopeful spin or something like that. And obviously talking about the same thing for days. Taking a picture of you and your Shakeology every single day isn't cute. Like people are gonna be like, okay, I get it, you know. So change it up and make sure that you talk about the 5 to 7 things that you're into every day that's different, you know. And for, you know, to kind of sum up, consistency is key, especially in social media. Like I said, you want to be a presence on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever your preferred platform is. The people want to see that consistency from you. If you stop showing up, you will lose momentum and your business will suffer. Not just because the Facebook algorithm, you know, is penalizing you or whatever, but people aren't going to trust you as much. People want to come to trust that you're going to be there at 8 a.m. in the morning, you know, when you say you will, or it doesn't have to be exactly 8 a.m., but you know what I mean? They want to see you every morning or every afternoon when you typically post. Even if you're on vacation, even if it's a holiday, at least post once or twice a day, something. Okay, make sure it's value, if it's funny, make sure it's, it just brings people to, it gives them something, okay? Again, consistency is key. It's going to equal your success. And I think that you'll be fine as long as you just make sure that you implement these tips, okay? And some top coaches to follow. Vanessa Rubio Martin, follow me. If you're not, you're wrong. Just kidding. I'm not a top coach, but you should follow me. Just, you know, I'm your coach. So, but other coaches for real, other coaches that are really good to follow and other top coaches. Melanie Metro is really good. Amy Silverman, Bonnie Engel, Janelle Summers, Raina Odell, Lindsay Matway, Anita Myron. All of these women, they're all super different. And in the way that they post, in their personalities, in their stories, they're all so different, and they have such different followings that just look at each one, follow them, and then see the ones that you kind of resonate the most with, and then keep following them, but unfollow everybody else. Because what's going to happen is that you might compare yourself too much, and then you might start sounding like that person, and you don't want to do that. You want to sound like yourself. But they can provide a lot of inspiration, and it can trigger a lot of future content for you. And they're good examples to follow, pretty much. Okay. So that's all I have for you on social media. Cynthia, since you're the only one on, do you have any questions?
What on the, you know how you did the Monday, Tuesday? What are the different days?
The what?
Monday was motivation Monday. Monday was motivational Monday, then you had Tuesday transformation Tuesday.
Oh, that was in our group, in the Fit Knockout support group. Yeah, I mean, you can do something like that too on your social media, in your page as well. I had Motivation Monday, Transformation Tuesday, Work It Wednesday, which was like a post workout sweaty selfie.
Okay.
What was Thursday? I think
Throwback, right?
You can do throwback. Or I had Thirsty Thursdays, but that was in our group that people were drinking Shakeologies.
Yeah.
But yeah, throwback is good because everybody does that. So it's very relatable. And then Fridays, I did Fresh Food Fridays, which is like, you take a picture of your favorite healthy meal. Like that. I don't follow the same guideline on my like page. On my like page, I just kind of do real time. The only thing that I have every single week for sure is Transformation Tuesday. That's something that I keep like every single week without fail.
Like that's your thing.
Yeah. So if you guys who are watching the recording, if you have any questions, feel free to post below or message me. And then next week we'll have a call at the same time. Actually, no, next week I will be at Summits. So I might come on live just to kind of give you guys a hello. And maybe I'll share something that I've learned so far. Actually, next Wednesday, the conference wouldn't have started yet, but I'll just give a quick shout out hello. But then we'll have a call the following week. Okay. And if you have anything that you want me to talk about specifically, post it in the group page. Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Thank
you. I hope you got a lot of this. Okay. Bye.